Alright, people. Dr. T-Bone here. Alright, I made me own, what is this called? A neck ruler, straight edge, notched straight edge. Alright, basically, there you go. You can see better from the back. Yeah, can you see that? Is it too bright out here? Me shooting in the sun. Alright, so, because I wanted to show you, I just used circular saw. This is aluminum, couple of clamps, $5 from Walmart. I cut it in half. I hacksawed it. I should have just used my circular saw, but I was anxious last night and I hacked it. So it's not pretty. There's a lot of bumpy, uneven notches. I guess I could have made it prettier if I really tried. But just making it fit was kind of a deal. I marked it, but then I had to adjust, make several adjustments, widen a bunch of those slots. And the good news is it works perfectly. I could see exactly how much. I tried to put my neck straighter to get the action lower. Did not like it a couple of times, and then I got really frustrated trying to do the intonation. The fat low E string saddle, I had to pull it way back. You can see it's back more than the others, and I loosened the truss rod after I tightened it. I should probably maybe loosen it more, give it even more front bow. And I'm going to mess with the screws here. I don't know if the bridge is right. It's floating. Yeah, I mean, that's pretty close action for what? I don't know. For a floating bridge. So what do you measure? Above the frets? This is 2 mils. We're looking at about 3 mils on the high end here. Yeah, a solid 3 mils. So I don't know what the specs are. We're phasing out. But yeah, these little rulers can be kind of like fret rockers down on the bottom here. Yeah, it'll rock that one. Not that I care too much. Fret rocking. What happened was when I did mainly the dot overlays, right, got sanded down and the finish taken off, so they're lower. All the ones I refinished are lower, right? So the 3rd fret, you see the dot, you see a bigger spot. Now, 2nd fret also done. And there's a bit of a space. Can you see it? Gotta get the right angle. The string in the way. There you go. I can see it. So 1st fret, we're pretty flush. Very little light coming through. There we go. That's better. That's shinier. 2nd and 3rd fret, very shiny. 4th. Right, so those 2nd and 3rd fret would be been refinished. Now you can see on the 4th fret, it's almost flush, but it's not. It's a little closer because it hasn't been refinished, right? So the fretboard is not even. But that's okay. It's a little bit scalloped in a couple of these spaces. And then you can see it's touching flush here. Can you see that? Jesus. It's really hard to see. I mean, it's almost flush. Right, but it's twice as high or 3 times as high. It's pretty much almost touching. So that neck is almost straight. That's why I was having problems with intonation and, let's say, nightmare of intonation. All right, so I loosened the truss rod a little. Now I made this little thing, $5 at Walmart. Totally well worth it. I kind of knew anyway before I notched it, just putting it on the frets. Right, I could kind of see it wasn't touching in the middle, so I could see there's a little bit of front bow, a little bit of relief, which is what you want. Now I might even give it a little more relief. This 29-year-old 96 Strat, so it's in great shape, but it doesn't seem like the neck is bent too much. I thought, hey, we'll just adjust the truss rod, make it better, lower the action. That shit was good. I had great intonation for years. The guy messed it up when he leveled my bridge out, but we reset it close to factory. I think what I need to do is just pull these screws down a little more. I'm going to mess with the intonation today. I got to get another battery for my tuner. I'm using some of these neck clip-on tuners, they say not the way to go. Yeah, I love my little gauge now. Right now I have more confidence. I kind of did a lot of the, you know, capo or whatever, push down the first fret and the 12th fret, and then you see what kind of play you have in the middle. That's a great way. I don't think you really need tools. It kind of gave me, you know, the same info. But now, 2 tests confirm, that's a lock, right? You got 2 tests confirming the same info. That's pretty much a lockdown. So, good. We got the neck pretty straight. We can mess with the bridge a little bit. And look, it's totally playable. It doesn't fret out. I got the saddles up in the middle a little bit to allow for the radius. Maybe too much. But it's okay. I'm not having problems playing it. It seems very playable. These are hybrid 9s. Yeah, they could come down a pinch. I'd love to get them down another mil. Right, but then it's crazy. I raised the pickups. I had the pickups perfectly dialed in because 1 millimeter in pickup height, the string might vibrate weird. It might be too close to the magnets. They might actually stick. And when I was making adjustments to the intonation, that's what was happening. We were getting them sticking to the magnets. That's bad. So I got to readjust them. I think they're kind of more in the range now. I had to lower them down, right? If you're going to lower the action or change your truss rod. But then I changed it back. So I changed the pickups. It was sounding pretty good. I thought I had some kind of an intonation and it was off. And then I killed the batteries on the tuner. So I got to go get a tuner for the other clip-on battery. I think it's a little more accurate. The Snark is pretty accurate. It's just not really responsive. It takes like a little delay. So you got to have patience. I don't have patience. Maybe I'll get a better tuner for doing the setup. Honestly, your ear knows pretty well, right? Like you could hear it pretty good. It's subtle, but you know, some people hear better than others. I think we're all capable of hearing. It's just a matter of, you know, wiping out the distractions and focusing and listening and then training your ear too, right? I could tell it was a little off. The intonation, I was like, is it flat or is it sharp? I wasn't too sure. And then the tuners give you a kind of an indication sometimes, right? The snarky snark was helping guide me. Last time I set up the intonation, pretty easy with the snarky. I got new strings now, so better. It's holding better. But man, once I cranked that neck straight, it was bad. We're getting back to that problems with the saddles. So we're kind of right in between, right? There's a sweet spot on this Strat. To pull up, that's how factory specs are. I think we're really pretty close. But yeah, I'm going to get some measuring tools and we'll try to set it exactly to factory specs. I think that's the way to go. When this thing came out of the factory, I don't know, first 10 years I didn't mess with anything. It stayed in tune. You could run it over with a truck and it would just stay in tune. I didn't even change the strings like hardly ever. So, you know, when that guy redid the setup, flattened my bridge out, it was a bummer. Yeah, so, all right, whatever, people, will see you on the rebound.